Welcome back, and we're still with the IATF, or the Inter-African Trade Fair 2023, hosted by Egypt. And to shed more light on the event, we are very much delighted to have with us via phone Mr. Latif Wahba, our journalist and economic expert. Thank you very much for being with us, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, before going into the details of the IATF, Egypt trade exchange with Africa, it really grew, and it increased by 1.2% on a yearly basis from 2023 compared to the same period from 2022. How do you see this, and if this for us ending our ambitions, or it's only a start or a first step in a long journey?
It means that Egypt is paying an attention for the exchange of trade with the African countries. As you know that Egypt during the last years modernized its sectors on all aspects, even in power, energy, transportations, and also the products of the economic zone in Egypt, especially in Suez Canal and El Ain Sufna and so on. So now I think Egypt has a great advantage in everything, in transportations, in manufacturers, and the other sectors, and the products of the main infrastructures projects to be exported to African states and the African countries. And as you know, if you notice during the last 3 or 4 years, for example, you will find many different companies in different sectors, in energy, in constructions, and so on, are working just now in African states like Kenya, like Tanzania, like many other African countries. So now Egypt wanted at the same time to strong its relations with the African countries, to give them a chance to import what they need from these products, even
yes, sir. Egypt is the gate to Africa, and Egypt is going to continue exerting the utmost efforts to help and to support our African allies to achieve sustainable development. But let me return back to the fair, if you permit me, as 75 African states were represented with 1,600 exhibitors. If you want to elaborate, sir, on these numbers.
Yeah, of course. In this fair, and that was attended yesterday by President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, many African countries participated, especially the investment authorities in the African countries. They are seeking to sign deals with the African Export-Import Bank at the same time, especially as you know that this bank is financing the main projects in these countries, the main infrastructures in energy sectors, in constructions, and so on. And if you notice, at the same time, you will find that the bank signed many deals, many fund deals with these countries, with Nigeria, with Tanzania, Kenya, and many other, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Sierra Leone, and so on. And as you know that...
to realize integration, because those deals are such a proof that the fair is a platform for achieving economic integration among African states. But sir,
yeah,
if you permit me, I'd like also to focus on the new horizons. I mean, invading new fields. How about transfer of technology? How about green economy, renewable energy? Thinking out of the box.
Yeah, of course. You will find that the goals targeted by the bank are completely different since many years. As you know that at the beginning of the bank, it supported the main infrastructures like only way, roads, and so on. But now is involved in all the main infrastructures. I mean, in agriculture, in transportations, in constructions, in power and energy, and so on. And the main goal at the same time is to support integrations of the African countries at the same time, and to strong this, the relations between the African states themselves. The bank at the same time, and this platform, as you said, is seeking to make the African states to increase the trade between them. And at the same time, as you know, that during the colonial period, the many African countries were depending upon the foreign countries. They colonized them, like France, like Britain, and so on. But now we are seeking an integration for the Egyptian economy, for the African economy, for the African.
And we have healthy relations with the whole world, sir.
Yeah,
and but sir, I'm sorry for the interruption, but let's speak in brief, of course, about the SMEs, or about the small and medium projects. The IATF was also a wonderful opportunity, not only for the mega and huge projects, but also for the small, medium, even micro and macro projects. And the Import and Export African Bank, its head, or its EO, was keen to say that financing the small and medium projects was also a big part of the whole story, because of course there is no economy, whether it's a big or a small one, which can depend only on on mega or huge projects, but also the small and medium projects are very important and essential for achieving economic development.
Yeah, of course. As you know that the bank allocated a huge part of its fund and budget and so on for the small projects in the African states. But let me say that the mega projects and the infrastructures projects and so on, this is of course creates the logistics projects. I mean the small and the medium projects that can be used as a logistic supply for the mega projects. So you will find that not only the SMS, but also also they are, the official of the African Bank, they are giving a support for empowering women at the same time in African continent.
Empowering women, empowering youth, of course, those are very important points and important elements of the African Sustainable Development Agenda. And this is going to take me to what was said by EU Commissioner Moussa Faqih, not in this event because unfortunately was not able to come, but in different occasions. And it was also mentioned yesterday by many of our guests that education, vocational training, qualifying the youth and the women to have their own business, to support them as new entrepreneurs or new investors. This was also one of the most important files which were discussed. How do you see this, sir?
Of course, as we said, that the bank is giving an interest for the small and the medium projects, so for the women, and this is, of course, as they are the main dynamic element for the macro economy at the same time. Women in Africa just now are playing an important part in economy, in development, and as you see from Egypt to the other African states, you will find not only empowering women in projects and supporting them, but at the same time they are occupying the high positions and the high ranks like ministers and so on in many different African states. This is the new way in Africa to achieve success, to achieve economic development and so on.
Well, Mr. Latif Wahba, thank you very much for your input, sir, and have a very good day. Really, Egypt is fully aware of the importance of the economic integration in Africa, and Egypt is all the time working in coordination of other governments of African countries to overcome all obstacles that may hinder the development path in our African continent. Well, by this we come to the end of our episode. Stay tuned on Nile TV International always for more updates and for more details. Please log on to www.nileinternational.net. Many thanks for watching. This was Nermeen Abdurrahman.